Hey everyone, this is Blazer Firewolf. This is Roundup part 132. Back to the 300. Yep. So after what, 2.5 years, less than 3 years, I've been using the 400. I've decided to make the decision to go back to this machine because it's done good for me in the past, at least for the first 3 years I've used it. Number one, I dig less bottle tops, but number two, I do dig a lot of junk still, regardless of what it is, if it's iron, foil, or whatever, metal. And three, I like to know what else I missed if I go back to areas I've metal detected multiple times. So see what I miss and try to dig everything rather than dig nothing. So, but yet this is the first 6 hunts at Prospect in March, so I'm quite a bit behind. Also, it's Easter Sunday. Hope you all have a wonderful Easter day. The good news is I did get a chance to, ID a lot of this stuff, the first 6 hunts. This is the first hunt back to an area where I found 2 Chinese coins, that silver ring, that gold ring with that fake pearl, and a little bit of other stuff. I didn't find much, I'll tell you. I dug probably 40 pieces of junk and a lot of trash. I didn't find much clad, 6 cents. Just a little piece of, brass eyelets. Found this on the surface, though. That's a first. Finding that on the surface is usually a good sign that you probably should go back to an area you've detected. And that certainly is one of them. This was underneath an orange tree. It's an old rivet with some iron attached to it. Could be late 1800s, early 1900s. Can't really date these because there's no words on them, but yeah. But just to push the 6 cents, just go through all the clad so I don't have to keep repeating it. $2, no, not two, $3.88. Not a lot, but still a lot of good relics. The relics count better than the clad, so I'll go with my first ever hem weight. Now, a hem weight is basically a lead washer with like a line going through it. This one's cut, but what it is basically a piece of lead from probably the late 19th century or during the 20th century. It could be older than that, but my guess this is probably early 20th century because I found it close to a wheat penny and Chinese coin. This is it's a size number 4. I think it's on this side right there. Yeah, you might see the shape of the 4. Basically, this is used to hold ladies' dresses down to stop it from flying up in the wind. Or it can also be used for curtain pulls. Yeah, it's used for like curtains and stuff rather than blinds, but curtains are blinds. But that was only 2 inches down. And next to that, I found a 1937 S wheat penny. Yeah, don't find too many 37s. I think that's like my second or third one. I need to look back, but yeah, that's another wheat penny. And this is all from Prospect Park, so I can't remember which Chinese coin was a surface find, so forgive me. But one of these was a surface find. It could be either this one. Yeah, it could be this one here because of the wear on the front, on right here. It's a mid-1800s Chinese coins. There's a lot of Asian Oriental railroad workers back in the day. So probably around Prospect Park or during its time, the Asians would have carried these around and they would be, basically they didn't have pockets. So what they did is they keep these coins like this. The hole is so they can use like a line or a rope going through it so they won't lose it. And they keep all the coins together like this. So, but yeah, first day, 2 Chinese coins, a wheat penny, and 6 cents, and a little bit of scrap. And second day, I think this is the second day, some scrap. Old medicine bottle, probably mid-century. I looked it up as hard as I can without ChatGPT, and thankfully I was able to ID almost all the stuff on here. So this one I can't really ID too much because there's like no specific explanation of it, like no wording, no specific wording to it like this bottle here. But it is a medicine bottle, so I'm going to try to hold on to that. I think it's definitely probably mid-century because of the design of the screw cap. It could be older, but yeah. There's a key. Yeah, F104 key. A spacer, 22 casing, 2 shotgun head stamps, which my display case is getting pretty full, but just blow through them. I think this is the night. Let me check. Yep, it's another 19 UMC Company number 12 Majestic. I can definitely tell of it finding so many of them. I could probably do the math how many. Here's a 1901 number 12 repeater. Good at finding those. Now as for clad, you can do it. I think that's I think I found 62 cents. I think that's it. 62 cents. I might be wrong, but or 61. I need to look back, but yeah, I need to look back with no 61 cents, because this is a building back a 70. Going back to the Garrett Ace 300, you do find a lot of pot metal, and I found this cool piece of pot metal. It's an old socket wrench, or an old-fashioned crank wrench for maybe a bike or something. It's not steel, it's actually like pot metal of some type. It says some things on there, but not too much. You might read like maybe some letters and numbers on there. Not sure how old it is, but I did find it on a sidewalk strip, which is just rock and dirt. So, but now I remember. I found these two in the place where I found the two 1944 Sweet Pennies. Areas I detected like twice. And what do you guess? 44S. Man, I'm good at finding these, I'll tell you. And there's a 47S. I think that's my second 47S. So, yeah. And the third day. So the second day, it was good. None of these days were garbage. I'd say anytime I find a target that I went through 3 or 4 times using the 400, that's usually a good sign that, you could still find stuff. And I found this really nice horseshoe. Really cool. Yeah. It's always good finding a horseshoe, and that's certainly a first going back to this old machine. So, yeah. This was a surface find. I'm going to try to display it without breaking it. It's actually an REM UMC number 12 Sure Shot. That or 20. I can't really tell 1,000%, but it is a Sure Shot, so I was able to read that part. A rifle bullet. I think this one right here might be the 74-01. Yeah, A-74 7.62. So, yeah. It actually goes to like an AK-47 or some type of rifle. Good carbine rifle. Now, who would shoot an AK-47 in Prospect Park? Who knows? I forgot about the clad, so, but, and lead shot. This is another US number 12. I think it's Defiance, 1926, and it says plus, which I can't ID exactly what that is. But, yeah, just three of these hunts weren't, you know, except for this hunt, I got 2 marbles. But I'll tell you how I found this one here. I went back to kind of that hillside where I found all those cans and junk, but I found that awesome 20 karat gold ring. And so I went back to that area to see if I missed anything. And sure enough, I did miss a zipper pull piece that's broken. But in the hole with that junk zipper, a marble. Now, a lot of the cans that I've been finding in Prospect have been modern in like the 80s, 90s, maybe newer, maybe older. But this was in the hole with an old zip piece. So, yeah, you just find a metal item, and if there's something in the hole in there, usually it's a marble. And this one was about 4 inches down with that junky zipper piece. But yeah, I love finding the marbles, and that's a first one. That's like a clear white, clear with some white and green, kind of like a spearmint. On the surface, in between some orange trees on the surface, this one, I found this one here. It could be antique, it's hard to tell. It did have some material that was attached to it, so I couldn't tell exactly what it is. It's got a couple chips in it. I actually tried to do what I can to pick it up. Keep your eyes on the ground, folks, because you just never know if you'll find another marble like I did. And that one was a surface find, in between like some orange trees. I went back to that area where I found the 1892 O barber. A few rows up, just a few rows up. Might as well show you guys anyways. I didn't really video it because it's past 1900, so, but 4 inches down, first silver with this machine, going back to the 300. Always good going back to this machine. 4 inches down, but under some dry moss, really dry dirt moss. 4 inches down under an orange tree. It kind of read like 49, 85, 84, kind of 83, sticking to the 80s, like what usual silver or coins can be. And you know me, I dig everything. I have to. And look at that. 1905 S Barber dime. So that's definitely a bucket list, because it's actually my oldest coin I found going back to this machine, but it's also my first silver that I found with the Garrett, so I'm happy with that. Going back to the 300 that I've had in the past, that, you know. But yeah, actually it still has Liberty on the headband. I don't know if the camera's going to focus well to see that Liberty right there, but yeah, it is a 1905 shot cartridge. This one is a SNW Winchester repeating arm, or Winchester repeating arms or something right there. You might read it. 38, no, it's a 38 S&W. UMC Company 38 S&W. Piece of harmonica reed, a little bit of scrap metal, and another sprinkler head, brass. I got a brass screw. And so yeah, I did some research on this. I found this kind of in the fence line where I was trying to get this bottle from the other side of the fence using my construction magnet. Just trying to get it out so I can roll it down that hill and pick it up through my hand through the side of the fence. Close to that, not far from that, I found a few more of these cool stuff. I'll go through this because it's, you know, nothing special. Just an old garter clip, probably late 1800s, early 1900s. Brass. It's got some iron attached to it, but yeah, it's always good finding some good history. Always nice finding history. Here's an Iodex. This is actually a medicine tin, or a kind of a medicine tin top. This dates from like the 1940s. Actually, I think I found one online, complete. Go for like maybe $40. I think. I could be wrong, but it's just a lid, so it probably isn't really worth much or anything, but it's worth something. It's a piece of history. Menley and James Limited, sample Iodex, methyl SAL, rub in until color disappears. New York, Montreal, London. It's a cool antique tin from the 40s, so that's definitely goes well with the compacts. Now, there's so much glass and broken bottles in this area. This actually is the only bottle that survived. It's a Chanel's perfume top can. The top part probably had a cork top to it. This is like from mid-century 50s or earlier. I don't think the camera's going to focus on... Well, let's see this side. You guys might see something. I actually looked it up online, and it definitely says that. Chanel Inc. or something, INC, New York distributor, and Chanel, I think LO or LCO something. This is actually my only intact bottle. All the bottles that I found up there have been broken, cracked, broken pieces. I'm actually surprised there isn't much finds up there with the metal detector, apart from the usual trash and some of the cool old artifacts. You just don't know. But yeah, that's number 3. 3 wasn't a bad hunt at all. It was pretty good. I'm decided to show you guys these in order, just so I can be quick about it. In amongst a whole bunch of there's a tree that's branches. Under all those trees and branches, I found this. Now, I picked it up because it was so unusual, because I've never seen the one and only bottle. But then after I looked it up online, I actually found out this could be, well, I'm pretty sure this is positively a Newcastle New Brew or beer ale bottle from the 1950s. This is a Newcastle beer from the 1950s. So that is cool. I'm surprised that it's not cracked or broken or anything. So that's a plus. Yeah, I've seen one online that goes for like $9 in that condition. But I don't know. I don't sell anything, so yeah. Just go through the, what? I think this is the 5th day. Or 4th. No, this might be the 4th day. 4th day. Just the usual clad, another 2025 pin, probably off of a graduation or something. This was attached to a broken dog collar, Hobbs with a phone number on it. So, an old Chrysler key. Not old, not that old. Could be from the 1980s. Can't tell. 3 shotgun head stamps. Very common ones. Here's another Majestic. UMC Company number 12 Majestic. This one's a Peters, number 12 Victory. But this is a first. I have a lot of the new rivals, but never a blue. It may not pick up the word blue very well. It's in pretty poor shape. It's a Winchester number 12 Blue Club. Yeah, it's not going to show it up. It's in pretty poor shape, but it does say BLUE. Blue Club. then, you know, it's actually this one, this particular blue one, the Blue Club, they only made a few years. Between 1897 or 1896 to 1900. So, yeah, that's cool finding a shotgun head stamp you haven't found before. A Blue Club. I mean, Blue Rival. I keep saying Blue Club. Blue Rival. But, yeah. And then I mentioned that bag. Inside that, there was an ivy-filled area just littered with junk and cans and rubbish. But then I keep getting a signal. I see like what looks like I thought was a dress until I pulled it out. I pulled it out of the dirt wearing gloves, obviously. Inside this bag is this really cool buckle. Unfortunately, all the sticker stuff came off of it, apart from a little bit there. It's it's a 2002 fine pewter Texas All-American buckle. And this actually, this in perfect condition, like almost brand new, online goes for like $16. So it's not worth that, maybe a couple bucks. But because it's still intact, you know, because the arm part is still attached. But, yeah, in that bag I found I found a fake Rolex faceplate. I checked to make sure it is fake. But, yeah, the faceplate of a fake Rolex watch plate. You could see part of the sticker falling apart. Yeah, if it was real gold, it wouldn't really have that copper color coming out of it. It does say on the back, I don't think the camera's going to pick it up, P375. So maybe if someone has any ideas on exactly what this really is, feel free to tell me, because it was put in the sealed container and just sealed up. And in there, I found this. Good news and bad news on this. It's a bucket list because it actually is my first ever silver bracelet found with the 300. So at least I already bucket listed straight away in the first 6 hunts. Found what, 4 wheat pennies, a silver dime, and a silver bracelet, and a silver ring, which I'll get to later. But yeah. The good news about this bracelet is it is in fact real antique jewelry from early 1900s, 1915 to 1925. Now, what is it doing in a bag with that buckle and a couple of hair barrettes rusted? I don't know. And that fake Rolex thing. I don't know. Someone could have robbed the house, could have put it there. I have no idea. This area I detected was filled with ivy and just junk. A lot of cans, some bottles. This is silver. Unfortunately, it's not gold or platinum, as I was hoping it would be. It's actually a silver type of alloy. But there's no doubt it is a filigree bracelet. The diamonds are real. It's 100% a real jewelry. It's just not gold or platinum. And unfortunately, all these stones are pretty scuffed up. So, yeah, it was in the dirt for a while. Unfortunately, in this condition, me finding it, it's only worth like $250 to $300. But at least that pays for the Garrett. I think that Garrett was like $2 something on Amazon. So I guess you could say I've already paid off with my machine in the first 4 hunts. Or maybe this was, yeah, this would be hunt number 4. But yeah, that still, it's a bucket list finding that. You just wish it was platinum, but At least I found out the stones are real. They are real diamonds, so that is a plus. But yeah, it is a filigree bangle bracelet from early 1900s, so that is a fact. Now that's hunt number 4. Hunt number 5 was not very much, apart from finding one cool item that was a surface find in between 2 orange trees in an area where I've detected probably twice. Just a little blow through the clad. I forgot. A little bit of brass, couple shotgun head stamps. This one smasticated, but it is a challenge, UMC Company number 12 challenge. Squashed. This is another nitro, UMC Company number 12 nitro. A little bent on the end part, but yeah, just a lot of. I found these. I think it was a year and a half ago. I found that really cool decorative piece that was tacoed. I think in that same orchard, in that same area, I found these 3 ornate pieces of brass leaves. These could probably very well be off of maybe antique jewelry. I can't be 1,000%. I mean antique jewelry. Furniture. Antique furniture from Victorian times. Late 1800s, early 1900s, which is defined for Prospect Park because almost everything I found there have been early 1900s. Yep, it's stuck. Actually, I broke this one, and you can kind of tell that it went like this. I wasn't sure if it was attached or if it was detached. I wasn't sure if it was supposed to attach or if it's a longer leaf that's supposed to spread out, so that's why it's broken like that. But still, might have been gold-plated at one point, but no question about it. This is like antique pieces off of old furniture, so cool piece of history, I guess. Still, I personally do think the best finds are the wheats and the other stuff. In between 2 orange trees, it's very miraculous that, I'd find something like this. A couple years ago, I found my first ever pieces to an oil lamp that were laying on the surface. It's happened again, except this time, I've got the vent, or at least part of the vent, because it's so brittle. Very brittle, as you can tell. It'll fall apart if I play with it anymore, but I looked hard. I couldn't find any writing on it at all. Nothing. But at least it was something once upon a time. Very decorative piece of oil lamp pieces. The wick, I found the wick that went with it. I found a couple of the vent pieces and the spinner. This was all surface fine, and it's the same one that I found a couple years ago, or a year and a half ago. Made in America. Yeah, it's slightly bent, quite dented right there, but yeah, that's probably the best thing I found of that day. So, yeah. It's always good finding something, and yeah, gotta love finding these, that's for sure. Pieces to an oil lamp, and especially the vent part, because usually that's kind of uncommon when you find those. You don't usually find those when you metal detect. They're always broken, dented. All right, now the last day. 60 cents. I think I remembered. It was 60 cents. Yeah, about 60 cents. Nothing old. Copper wire. I think a couple bullets. A couple old casings. Piece of brass. Part of a brass chain. But 4 inches down, I pulled out under an orange tree. Boom. First ever silver ring. First ever silver ring. At least going back to the 300, it's my first silver ring. 925. 4 inches down under an orange tree. So I'm guessing the person who was picking the oranges just slipped it, lost the ring. Alright, that's it. That's quite a long video. Yeah, I was holding on to this because I wasn't sure if it was platinum or gold. At least now I know it's silver and it's only worth a few $100, but still, it does make you question, who in the right mind would put that buckle, that faceplate to a watch, that bangle bracelet with those hair clips, down with that sack that I found. I didn't bring the sack with me because obviously it's trashed, or the whatever's in the bag because it fell apart and it's junk really. But yeah, you always gotta wonder. This is my last Roundup video for Prospect Park, at least for a while. But my next one will be Sylvan Park. It'll be a first because I have never gone back to the 300 in 3 years since, 2023 at Sylvan, Anyways, but hope you guys like this video. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on that notification bell, and share everything all together. And this is Blaze of Firewolf, and I will catch you in my next... Actually, I should not forget that. On the same day I found the Barber, I found the 1950S. Yeah, don't want to forget that. Almost forgot the Wheat. But 1905S, and in, 5 inches down, I dug up a 49.99 signal, and at 5 inches down, it was a 1950S Wheat Penny. I got the 50Ds, a 50 plain, and now I got the S, so at least that's a plus. The San Francisco Mint. But, yeah, hope you guys like this video, and I will catch you in the next video. Goodbye now.